Okay, so there's some old terminology that we don't want you guys to use. Please use the new terms instead. Some examples are rush. Don't say this girl is rushing, I don't know, DeFi. Say she's doing recruitment. Pledge as a noun, as a person. Um, don't say pledge, say new member. There's some words that you should never use in front of your PNM. She shouldn't hear them from anyone during recruitment, even the current sisters of a chapter. So don't use these words. PNM, suicide bidding, snap bidding, depledge, backrooms, sanctions or infractions, pledge, quota, quota additions, total, bid lists, and COB. There's also some things that we want you guys to avoid talking about as much as possible to your PNMs, unless they directly ask you about it. First of all, it's continuous open bidding. Don't talk about it with your PNMs unless you encounter these three situations. One, if your PNM asks you about it, you can obviously answer her question. Two is if a PNM is dropped by a sorority and or all of her favorite sororities and wants to drop out of recruitment, you can always talk to her about COBing as an option. And also three, it's when a PNM receives a bid from a chapter but doesn't want to join that chapter, you can always talk to her about COBing. Bid matching details. Talk to them briefly about it and explain the mutual selection process. You can say like there's an algorithm, but don't go that much into detail about it. And hazing. Only answer direct questions about hazing and just say that MIT has a strict anti-hazing policy and none of the sororities on campus practice hazing at all. Never. There's also a couple of other things that we don't want you guys to mention to your PNMs. Never try to console a PNM by saying that the computer program kind of failed or mismatched her to a sorority because it didn't. Never tell a PNM to refuse a bid or drop out of recruitment and then later on do informal recruitment. If a violation happens, and don't worry about it, I'm going to talk about violations later, don't go that much into details about violations because if a PNM is reporting something to you and you give them all the details about it, they don't want to feel like they're getting the chapters in trouble. Just tell them that we have a specific set of rules that all the sororities on campus follow and a code of conduct that all the sororities will be held accountable to. Never let your PNM do intentional single preference. You can only allow that if your PNM is like 150% sure, and also they have to come and talk to recruitment exec before going and signing their MRABA.